What's going on? What's going on, lovely people?
Everybody, you know what time it is?
It is my favorite day of the week.
Brother Empowerment Day.
It's your favorite day of the week too.
Brother Empowerment Day is definitely one of my favorite days of the week.
The only one.
For you.
If this is your first time viewing, this is Brother Empowerment. The whole purpose about this is brothers having conversations, uplifting brothers. This is not a show to bash and tell people what they're doing wrong, but this is really an opportunity to uplift our brothers and hope that they walk away with a rich perspective or looking at something totally different.
Definitely.
So if this is your first time, welcome, 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 welcome. But before we get into our topics, bro, how was your week?
This week has been more of the same because, you know, the corona stuff. So still a lot of reflection going on within myself. I've been keeping up with my daily at-home workouts, which are not the same because I have no weightlifting equipment at home, so I can't get them steel like I want to. I miss the iron so bad. Y'all know how much I love to pump iron, and I can't right now. It is literally making me angry. But anyways, aside from that, bro, the week has been pretty good. I've been thinking a lot. You know, we've been talking a lot. I've been writing down my thoughts, been make sure I stay tapped in with people. So it's been a really good week and just really quiet. That's what I can say. It's been a really quiet week. So how about you, bro?
Well, I want to say that my week actually, I think is very similar to yours, but my week has actually been a continuation of about 3 weeks. 3 weeks of, I would like to say, soul searching, 3 weeks of solidifying identity, 3 weeks of just addressing a lot of issues, concerns, uncertainties. Yeah. It's all about coming to that next place because I believe that where love is a parable is about to go, we need to have a leader who is sound and foundational in everything that we do. So it's really been a lot of reflecting. I had an opportunity to connect with old friends this week. Friends I haven't talked to in a while. I had an opportunity to reconnect with friends that I do talk to, but reconnect in a different way. Different relationships have been formed. Different bonds have been formed. This has just been great. Oh, did I forget? I got some good news, guys. Love is a Parable now has presence in Tennessee and Kentucky now. So for you guys who don't know, we started in North Carolina, but my hometown is Georgia, is Augusta, Georgia, but by way of South Carolina. So we've had presence in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia, but now we have presence in Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, South Carolina, Virginia, New York, and now we have Tennessee and Kentucky. And I don't even know what just happened over there.
I guess we gotta introduce him now. He said, man, I'm tired of sitting in the background like Batman. Introduce me now. Introduce me now.
Whoa. What a way to make an introduction. Well, I'll tell you the other good news later because somebody said they're not trying to have this on their show.
He said, man, I'm tired of this.
I ain't never had it where somebody how you pocket veto a show that you own? Well, so guys, we got our special guest. I'm gonna introduce him. I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Tell the people who you are, Mr. Organus. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
I said it right. Organus.
Yeah, Organus. Yes, it's Organus. So yeah, Organus means stronger together. Hip hop artist from the islands, over 30 years doing music, hip hop.
Hold on, you said it means what?
Over 30 years doing music.
No, you said Organus means what?
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Organus means stronger together. Yeah, and it's Gorgon, us is stronger together, and pretty much just carrying on the music of 5 elements, hip hop, to golden era, what it used to be, to what it is now. So real music from back in the day is what it is. So.
Well, first of all, I like words.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this was a real word. And now that you done made this word up, made this word real for me, I thought it was made up because I will make up words too. I like making up words. This word is going to be added to my vocabulary. So you guys be prepared. You might see it in a post.
You're gonna put it right in there.
We need to instill Organus type quality. So, guys, this is a guy last week that I was telling you about. I found a new local artist. He's from my hometown area. Well, my cousin told me about him, and I fell in love immediately with his music because he also has a message behind his music. And you know, I'm a poet, so I'm a lyricist. So a lot of times I'm looking at the content more than just the sound of it. And it was some things that he was saying that resonated with me. And I was like, I just love you, bro. And I just want you on the show. So we met. It was just random. We ended up really meeting. It was about business at first, but we really ended up meeting, having a conversation. And I was like, this is an element that we need to add, not only to brother empowerment, because about your message, and I give you a chance to talk about that, but also what it does for Love is a Parable as a whole, because he gonna help us come up with our theme music. You think I'm playing? This is gonna be the artist that's gonna help us come up with it. So brother empowerment gonna be having theme music. Yes, we gonna be, I'm trying to tell you, this is gonna be the guy. But before we tell your story, we gotta shout out the people that's on. Tashil, what's going on?
Got a lot of people.
Latrenda, what's going on?
Hey, we got Brian.
Brian. My mama on.
Hey, Mama Garnett. We got Lenora.
Yep. Hey, Lenora.
We got Dion is on.
What's up, D?
Hey, Dion. We got Don Shell is on.
Hey, Don Shell.
Jason is on. Jason
Okay.
T.
What's up, Jason?
Chandra is on. Hey, Chandra. My cousin Mac is on. What's up, Slap Bro? How you doing?
Hey, cousin Mac.
Miss Joy is on. She's there.
Hey, Miss Joy.
So I think that's it.
But yeah, and from Instagram, we got some people. Get you some happy. They on.
Whoa.
Eric, we got on from Austin. Eric Austin is on from my hometown. We got Mama. You on both places. Mama on Instagram and Facebook.
Dipping the first.
Right. We got Chef Lori on.
Hey, Lori.
We got Something About Net is on. And I think that's it right now. No, we got Anthony that's on, and Tara is on Instagram.
Michelle just came on. What's up, Michelle?
Michelle, you late. Don't be late no more. We got the comments. She'll say, hey, love mates. Y'all know how much I love the Pro Iron. Tashia is laughing at you.
Yeah, I don't care. It's true.
Tashia say hey to you because you're her only family.
Oh,
I don't really like her like that. You don't like her either, bro. Yes, Lenora say we expanding. We are expanding. And good evening, Miss Chandra said, I don't see social distancing.
we social distancing from everybody else.
Oh, it's 6 feet. Oh, we thought it was 6 inches. We good. Okay, then Mac was on, and then Yvette Casey is on too. Hey there.
Coworker. Hey, Yvette.
So tell the people about your message. Like I saw a theme. Well, I heard a theme, and I actually messaged him and was like, what else is behind this? Tell the people what the message is that you're trying to drive. Look at him.
Well, the message is real hip hop is just being real with yourself, believing in not just what people say, that you're here for a reason and you're here for a gift, man. So just kind of push yourself and don't believe in any barriers. Anything that you achieve in life or you come up to, consider as a roadblock. It's not considered as a stepping stone. I'm sorry, it's not a roadblock. It's a stepping stone towards a greater thing. And the music I try to push is to like either uplift you and show you a better life, or just let you believe that, hey, you got this. Ain't nobody but you got this. So it's just real music.
Yeah, I definitely get the motivational part behind it. I think some of the things that resonate with me is you address like the humanity of man, not gender specific, but all of humanity. What we have lost the concept of humanity. You can tell me if I'm wrong, but also you talk more about how we need to come together regardless of economical or geographical backgrounds. But you also talk about the resolution of faith. You come into that resolve, and you may have made a mistake or you may have made bad choices, but you can kind of get up, and we need to lift each other up as we're getting up together. Am I close?
Yeah, you're good. That's right. We all got to work in a unison, man. It's like life is too short for you to really hate and be jealous and downgrade people.
Yeah.
Why? It's time with negative energy or strength when you could work together. You know what I'm saying? And build something so much brighter for everybody to live off. Because you're wasting your time in hating, worrying about hating somebody else, but they're not really worried about you. They're eating the chicken sandwiches or whatever, chilling, going to a party, enjoying themselves, and you're not really, you're not progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're back. So together we could move forward. We could uplift each other. We could get through it. No matter what, Dre, you can get through it. You can. Don't stop. Don't push. Don't stop.
I know Tashia is very happy right now because she's been our only islander we had, other than Dion, which is Tara's husband. He's from Antigua. Tashia's from Jamaica, right?
Yes.
Tashia's and Corey is from Jamaica too, right?
Yes, he is.
So you bring that dynamic. I'm just mad because I want an accent other than one that is south of the Mason-Dixon line. So I will be perfecting my accent. I'm gonna come up with a new one. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but I want an accent too. Tell the people where you're from.
St. Kitts and Nevis in the Caribbean. It's in the around St. Croix, St. Lucia, St. Thomas, St. Vincent. So if you can just Google St. Kitts and Nevis, you'll be able to pull it up.
And spell that first.
Well, yeah, you're gonna have to spell that. But also, you need to, when you get a chance, put your contact information in there so people can connect with you, listen to some of your music. For some of you people who are a little bit older, like in my generation, one of the things that I was telling him when I heard him, I was like, I don't know if y'all remember Special Ed, but Special Ed, the way that he delivered was like an intellect, like trying to school you. And he reminds me of a great combination of Special Ed and Shaggy. And I was like, I hear the accent, but then I hear the educational component, and it made me miss Special Ed. Like I ended up looking up some old Special Ed videos because of that dynamic. And my favorite song right now is The Lion Truth.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna tell you, I done made Cody listen to it. He had a like, listen to this. And so
the music is dope. I will say that much. I listen to it as well. I listen to everything. I did listen to that song and a couple others.
So yeah, he's gonna put his information in there. So brother, while we're about to start on our topics, and this is where we just give our perspective. So we would love to hear your perspective on some of these topics that are coming. Well, any of these topics that are coming up. So the first one is, oh, I forgot, guys. Today is my little brother Mike's birthday, and my little nephew Michael Deuce, his son. Today is their birthday, so we gotta tell them happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday, Michael Deuce. We love you.
Happy birthday, Mike. Happy birthday, Mike Deuce.
Also, today's the birthday of my deceased grandmother, Cora May. So happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday to her too. So we also got Kim Rawls on. Hey, Kim.
Hey, Kim.
Uncle Marcus is on. So we got a bunch of people. Chanel.
Hey, Uncle Marcus.
Kerwin is on.
What's going on,
Elijah
Kerwin?
is on. Chanel is on. Hey, y'all. So, also, Organus, yeah, make sure you put your stuff in there, man, because Chandra is asking a bunch of questions about your music. So
what makes your music stand out? Why should we listen and support? What message do you have for young black men? He about to go. Let me see. Go. You got about a good 5 minutes. Go.
So what's the first
The
one?
first question is, what makes your music stand out?
What makes my music stand out is that I'm unique. By just looking at me and hearing me, my presence is something. It's not saying it is commanding, but I'm on a mission, and then the mission is to definitely uplift and bring people together. And if I gotta die doing that, then so be it. The mission is to bring everybody together. If my life ain't for me and you, I achieved everything I wanted to do in this life.
Okay.
So just by pushing on my music to everybody, I know I'm gonna live forever. And so it's uplifting me. It's music that's gonna stand the test of time, and that what makes me unique. That makes timeless music. So I'm sorry. What was the other question?
Oh no, you was about to go into it. She was like, "Why should we listen and support?"
Oh, yeah, because we have things have to change, man. We got to bring back the real essence of music, how it is, with a message to uplift people and show music. Music is like medicine.
Mm-hmm.
You could wake up in the morning pissed, and this is something uplifting, like, oh man, this is what I need.
Yeah.
This is what I need.
Yeah.
And my message is going to be able to push and to uplift people together. Even if you don't believe in me and you don't care about me, do it for the people that you should care about. You know what I'm saying? Help them.
Sure. Yes.
So what message do you have for the young black men?
In your music.
Young black man.
In your music. In your music.
Oh yeah, just to keep pushing in my music. All my music is going to be able to hit different topics and different issues.
Like the Lion Truth.
Lion Truth. The love again. Don't give up on love. Let go of negative things. Uplift yourself in a positive way. The Lion Truth. The warning. We're talking about domestic violence. The art of storytelling. So I'm giving you hits and hits and hits, and it's not going to stop. So that's what makes me unique. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for a purpose, man. I'm here for a purpose, and it's gonna go through.
You definitely will have to listen to some of the stuff over again, because I even missed some of the stuff when I was listening to it. And I will tell you, do not do like I did the first time, play it on my computer. No.
Sorry.
Play it on a real stereo, but you really need to play it in your car.
Yeah.
With the windows slightly down. Not enough to let all aroma in, but just aroma in.
Man.
But yeah, I had to go on a ride to kind of listen to it. And like, because Cordell lived like 2 hours and 30 minutes away from me, I was able to listen to like the whole album.
Oh my goodness. Anyways, we got Tara's on. She said Instagram was too. What she said? She said, I don't like y'all on Instagram. Had to switch up. It's jumping over here. Yeah, it's way more people on. Sean Stewart is on. What's up, Sean? And Tara said yes, thank you, music. So yes, that's what. And we got Thea Lamb is on.
Yep. What's going on, Thea? You got Sean on. What's going on, Sean?
The big Sean?
No, I had to tell Sean because I checked on Sean, yo. I'm sorry. Sean, I had to shout you out. I'm sorry, I shouted you out too many times. I apologize. It was a shout out quota. And I went over it. But yeah, when you get a chance, make sure you put the link in. So the first topic is staying sane while living alone during quarantine. Come on, bro. How you staying like
we got a special guest. Do you live alone, Organus?
Yeah. I do stay alone. The situation where, of course, everybody's now forced to, they gotta work from home. It's been my second week working from home, man, and it's different. Yeah. You definitely gotta you gotta kind of have a routine. You know what I'm saying? Don't kind of like back. Just you do exercise, get up, exercise, take a shower. I try not to, when I walk by where I gotta go, I don't look at it. You know what I'm saying? But just try to kind of block it out. Live your life, do your thing, live, breathe. Don't forget to go outside and maybe sometimes exercise, run real quick, come right back. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, but yeah, just don't forget to live, man. That's the most important thing. I have to kind of break around that mold, but it's getting a lot easier now.
Yeah.
Okay.
For me, staying tapped in with all my people definitely helps a lot. Not only because we're all going through this, most of us are going through the same thing, but just because, I'm not changing, like you said, a routine. So that part hasn't changed. I'm still communicating with all my people on an almost daily basis. So that definitely helps because we are helping each other get through it. Whether we're just talking to each other about what we're doing, or telling stories, or just jokes or whatever, what have you. Like that's one of the main things, just staying tapped in with everyone. And technology makes that great. Social media, for all the flack it gets, helps with that. Just technology in general. You got FaceTime, you have chats, you have multiple video chats, you got all kinds of stuff. So the other thing is definitely staying active. I make sure that I stimulate my mind and my body every day. So I do, for my body, I have the workouts I do at home. And then for my mind, I have, I do a lot of reading, or I watch stuff on YouTube, and I'll read books that I have. So I just make sure my mind is stimulated. I write my thoughts in my journal stuff, which is kind of almost a daily thing for me. More like every other day this week. But, it's kind of a daily thing for me. So I think definitely making sure that you stimulate your mind and your body every day outside of work is really, really important. And just stay tapped in with people. I think some people underestimate how powerful just talking to people every day is, even if you're not physically next to them. Just talking to people every day, having meaningful conversations, and whether it be if you're telling jokes for 2 hours, you're still talking and engaging with someone. And I say it a lot, but that's one of the reasons why I stay tapped in, is because it's so beneficial on all sides. And it takes work. Yeah, it takes work like anything else does that's worth it. But it's very, very beneficial for everybody involved, in my opinion.
And I would say for the people, I don't live alone. I'm married, and I don't know if I envy you or not. I'm married with 2 kids.
See how you said that recording? I'm married.
But I think that the struggle is somewhat similar, because having children, it's like they on house arrest and you on house arrest, and it's like you pick out who's going to go out and do something that puts themselves at risk, which is typically myself, unless my wife went to the grocery store. But I would say we have to do our due diligence at this time, whether you live alone or not, to check on people, because I have purposely been checking on some individuals, and check on the ones who are out working, because this is a new normal. Like my wife went into the grocery store and saw like an empty Harris Teeter, and it nearly brought her to tears, only because we're living in times that we never experienced before. You got healthcare workers who are working overtime right now, and they're pulling people from different areas. They're running out of ventilators in some places, like in New York. They have like six more days of ventilators. And it keeps growing. No, you're fine. So just check on people, and I think that what we're going to do, I'm going to talk to the board. We might have to start just doing a midweek check-in until this is over. Just so we can check on people, make sure everybody is okay. And if you're not okay, reach out to us. Like I tell you, my inbox is always open.
Mine too.
And if you need my number, you need anything, you can reach out to any of us. And if there is a leader or an advisory member, if you go to loveisapparable.com, if you click on anybody's name, it'll go directly to their email, and they will get back in touch with you. Just don't suffer alone or go through this alone. You was about to add something too.
Well, there's comments, but I was also going to say in New York, they're actually converting hotels into hospitals because they need more, and building mobile hospitals because they don't have enough beds and stuff, man. So definitely, you have you have people in NY, man. Definitely, shouts out to those people and keep them in our thoughts, because it's rough out there, Really.
Oh, and hey to our Instagram people, it's like 1 million of y'all over there. Hey,
what's up, y'all?
Go ahead.
When I was saying, like, all the nurses and doctors, man, they're now the soldiers, fighting, man, war.
That's one thing too, man. So, and I think I saw something on Twitter as well, talking about all the, people sometimes downplay the roles of some people in their duties, their jobs in society. So all the the healthcare work, people in the healthcare field, your grocery store workers, your truck drivers, your mail people, all these people are keeping the society going, the nation going right now. So there's people that normally sometimes downplay their job, like they're not doing a whole lot, but no, they keep the country going, and we see it now. So put some respect on their profession. Put some respect on what they do.
I think about waste management. Because I'm like, y'all carrying the contamination. And people think that's like a low level job, but that's really high. I appreciate y'all for taking away the waste of the land, everything. Those are the ones I think about the most. I'm for real, because I'm like, ooh. Yeah, I mean,
they do them wrong. They do. Even people who stock the grocery store at night. We're not going to go in the grocery store and stock our own groceries. We're not going to go in there and get our own stuff. So that they're vital too. So I just think, I think this is a time where you see how all the moving parts of everything make it all work together. And
Yep.
the time where everyone has kind of got their backs on the ground or against the wall, we see it now that, like you said, soldiers, you know, they're going out there every day and doing their duty that they signed up for.
Walgreens on the corner of Healthy and Happy. I love you.
Yeah. So got a bunch of comments.
Okay.
So Thea said, "This is my daily life. I'm not alone, but I'm a homebody, so I'm still working. Healthcare worker here. We appreciate you, Thea, for sure."
And she had time to go live and dance a little bit.
Hey, that's what's up. The stimulation I was talking about.
Right.
So Tashia said, "I'm an ambivert, as am I." So she said, "So this works for me. I thrive in situations like this. Besides, for an empath, this gives me an opportunity to recharge." Feel that?
And realign and refocus with what you are assigned to do. Come on now.
Word. So
Finish that book.
Word.
Sorry.
Yeah, finish the book.
Love is a gift. Empath 360. Okay, I'm done.
So Miss Joy said, "Keep a regular routine. Get up, talk to folks, get some sunshine." Yep.
She's
said,
a healthcare professional too.
"Oh, that's right, Joe. We appreciate you too." She said, "Engage in things that make you happy. Most definitely.
Yep.
At any and all times." Lenora said, "Good stuff." Well, she was saying good stuff to me too. Thea said, "Finally, some family time because I usually work 8 to 16 hours a day. So I'm enjoying being with my kids, but Jay, you know Zion, auntie mode." She said, "Hazardous pay us."
You let that baby alone.
Lenora said, "Yes, you have, Jay, and I'm a witness." I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Checking on people.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's correct. Joy said, "I like taking a drive, listening to music to get fresh air." I'm with you on that. I love cruising, listening to my music.
Jay does too.
I love listening. I actually listen to most of my music in the car.
And I'm listening to in my car right now. Can you take a wild guess?
All of Organus' music.
Mostly lying truth like 4 times.
Thea said, "I'm a CNA," and folks be like, "Oh, no, don't awe me. This is my passion, not a job to me." And she said, "I also love to dance."
Yeah, we know. Yes, ma'am.
So that's what we got. That's everything.
Okay. Thank y'all for that. Now the next one is analyzing your social media. Now that many have been using it more during the public interaction restrictions, do you like your activity? Meaning, do you like your activity on there?
Mm-hmm.
Are you uplifted by your connections, group, timeline, and your own contributions? What changes have been made or need to be made to gain value? So do you like what's going on? Have you really analyzed that thing? Is it really helping? What's going on with your social media?
That's Tara's topic too. That 8 million questions in one topic.
It's reflective.
Go ahead, brother.
What you got?
Well, my view on social media, man, is it's a lot of negative activity on it, honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I try not to kind of stray to it. I try to, whenever I go on there, just kind of post stuff that's, like uplifting, stuff I could go back and, the way I look at it, honestly, and this is just my opinion. When I post my stuff, I want to be able to, like, when I get older,
Mm-hmm.
look back and see, hey, man, I did this, and I did that, and as an old person, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the future type of thing. So I put a lot of stuff that's uplifting and to push others and stuff that makes me feel good.
Yeah.
So I don't put negative things up there. I kind of stray away from that a lot, but yeah, that's just the way how I put mine. It's nothing anything like I try to bash anybody or anything. I just kind of focus me to just like look back and reflect on.
Yeah.
Because memories come around a lot, and
Yes,
memories
they do.
we don't got good memories.
And Facebook is petty. It'll bring you up right on up to a memory.
For everybody to see. Mess around, share that if you want to.
9 years ago, you said this.
Oh yeah.
I would say my social media is always popping. It's always positive. I mean, I guess when you have an organization that's about positivity, love, and unity and kindness, that's what you get.
Yep.
So I love my timeline, and I love all of you being on it because everyone either makes me laugh. You got Tashia coming in with the random lip face. I don't know what we want to call that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But she's always coming in, and when she did the March 32nd one,
Mm-hmm.
I laughed. She was like, there is no such thing as April 1st. She said it's March 32nd. I love it. And if Yeah, I think that a lot of people don't realize that you do have an option to change your timeline. The unfollow button, like you don't have to unfriend everybody, because I get that. You ain't got to unfriend them, but you can unfollow. And you can change your settings on some of the pages that you like. Like you can go to Love is a Parable page and you can change it to see first. So that way you can always see something positive. What I'm excited about too is that even though we're going through this quarantine, which is motivating me, one, did y'all notice I lost my double chin? Look, it's gone. It's gone, dog. It's gone. Y'all had me looking like this.
My brother getting it in here, the workouts.
I done started working out. Look, I ain't got the PX90, but that chin is gone. Look at it. No double chin. I'm like too stoked by that. So that's the first thing. I'm gonna put that on my timeline. It'll be on y'all's too. But I'm proud because the junior advocates are getting involved. I don't know if y'all saw the video yet from Dose Paula, 15-year-old, who talked about the importance of our program, but the importance of having a positive self-image and what we can do to end bullying and integrate love. I'm excited, and the kids talking about they want to do more videos. So this is like phenomenal for us. And Love is a Parable. This opportunity for quarantine has been a great opportunity to get that intimate time with a lot of individuals to really instill love, reflection, and perspective on how we can change during this time. So I'm excited about my timeline right now.
Yeah, I would say the same. Before I get on mine,
I just received another video of a baby reading the Junior Advocate. I'm gonna post that video tomorrow because I don't want to give y'all too much stimulation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post that one tomorrow, but it's just amazing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna read some of the comments. Jason said, we talking about staying sane during this time. He said, have a daily routine and use this time to really cultivate your gift for your net. Right. This is a great time for self-assessment and a time to make plans for your future, clean mentally and physically.
Come on with the word.
Yeah, definitely agree.
Come forth, word.
Tara told me to shut up. You shouldn't talk to your brother like that.
You not a brother. Yeah. So you are a brother, but not a brother.
So Tashia said, my page is so dope, very inspirational. Tara said, I've joined hobby groups, less business and news, interact with friends, posts that are positive, go live more to check in, video chat to see my folks' face. Thea said,
she's going live in her garden. I don't know if you're saying it. And please compliment that plan. Please just go on there and say, this is a beautiful plan.
I would go ahead and do that. Thea said, my social media is boring. I post only memes and all I see is unnecessary madness. I was thinking about deactivating my page, but I also see positive things like Love is a Parable. We'll do, like James said, put us at the top.
Put us at the top. See us.
Tara said, I varied my content with a mix, all fun, positive, and engaging, family, business, and games. And then Thea said, you are an OG, Jay. That's why your stuff is popping. Kim said, yes, unfollow ministry is a blessing.
See?
Michelle said, unfollow, leave groups, all of that.
See?
She said, you look good. Tara said, Lord, one chin, yes.
Yes, one chin.
Tara said, look at God, no more double chin. She said, I'm getting fat.
Who said that?
Thea.
Shut up, Thea.
Michelle said the video was awesome. And then Thea said, I need Zion and Sania to join. I'm sure, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Kerwin said, your timeline should be shaped like a reflection of your inner self.
It's Shania and Zion.
Excuse me. I got
Zion. It's just Zion.
Zion. Excuse me. It's Shania. Excuse me. Tara said, oh, I snooze, folks, talking foolish. I look again when I have more patience. I was about to say that. Snooze button is great, too. It is
30 days.
Yep. Tara said, anybody here knows a voice coach? I need to get back to singing. And so that's it. And so, well, she was answering her.
Singing, right? Everything you like, have a chance to get back into it right now. This is time for you to kind of like stuff you have a chance to do in the past. This is perfect time to get it done.
Not for sure. Yeah. I would say
I agree with you because this is the perfect time for Tashia, Tara, Kim, and Nichelle, them all to get that book popping. And Nichelle got a voice, so she could be working on an album too, writing those songs.
Nichelle could sing, or as they say in slang, she could blow. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. So I agree with you. Sitting on these gifts and talents. Oh, I know they just rolled their eyes.
Word. So
I'm sorry.
As far as
I'm really not. I'm sorry, but go ahead.
He's sorry, not sorry. So as far as my social media, man, I always look at social media as like Play-Doh. You can make it whatever you want.
Come on, Play-Doh.
And so you can really just do it what you will, and it can reflect, or it can reflect something, or it could be a reflection of as some people say, your inner self or what you want it to be. So my timeline is definitely very dope. I have people that I tap in with regularly that are on my timeline for the most part. I have some people that I don't necessarily know that all that well in my timeline. And if I see something that I don't really like, or that doesn't line up with what my values are, or just what I, or just what I would want to be connected to, I just unfriend people. I do that routinely. I go through my friends list or timeline or whatever, and I routinely just do a cleaning. And that's every probably 2 months or so, because sometimes people sneak in through the cracks or whatnot. But yeah, like what Terrence said, I keep my social media is very engaging, and I have a mixture of everything there. I don't do too much news, but I do have some. But I follow activists, herbalists. Community
like
leaders.
Kerwin Pittman.
Yes, that's like Kerwin. So I follow a lot of different athletes, comedians. I keep it fresh just because I'm not a one-dimensional person. So my social media will never be one-dimensional.
Exactly.
So it's always going to be positivity first and love first, because that's what I am. So yeah.
And I'll open rebuke you. I don't have to change it. I'll just say something and I don't care, and share a video. I will share a video in a minute. I don't care. And be like, you need to listen to this. Or great point. Or it's been times that Love is a Parable has a blog, guys. And the reason why we have a lot of these things is because, first, let's make this clear too. My wife and I both have a healthcare background, behavioral health and mental health. So we understand the struggles of just maintaining life outside of a corona world. Yeah. So having that in there, we give you tools. So it has been a lot of times we had a discussion and I was like, well, read this, because we have a whole blog. And I can't wait till my brother right here start blogging as well, because this guy,
blogging.
This guy gives some dope knowledge.
Sounds like a whole lot of just talking and stuff.
Nope, a whole lot of writing. No talking at all. So go over there we got videos. You can follow us. If you haven't subscribed to us on YouTube, please subscribe to us on YouTube, because it's videos that go back years.
At this point, years.
Years. That go back years, and then there's stuff on the blog that can really help. And if you want to even get more connected, just let us know, and I can put you in like different email chains or text groups or whatever needed to be done to help you get through. Yeah. And I can tell you stuff to tag people, because if you got some negative people, I can give you some videos like the one that says, "This is goodbye."
Let them know already. They already know the video's about. As soon as they get it, caption speaks for itself. They get that, it's like, oh, okay.
They're going to respond and be like, why can't you respond?
Blocked. Unfriended. Blocked. Let's see. Michelle said, "Stay put me on blast." She said, "Yes, I rolled my eyes." We know.
He's got the whole world.
Kim said, cut off game strong. We call it a reduction of interactions. It's not cutting off. Reducing the number of interactions.
Reduction interaction program.
And if we happen to reduce to 0, then so be it.
Reduction interaction program. Rest in peace.
RIP program. Thea said, "Me too. I have no problem unfriending folks." Thea said, "Ain't nothing to cut that negativity off." And then Tara said, "Nappy knots kind of old."
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I twist my nappy knots into spiritual twist locks. I block you out. So you can even say that one too.
Word. So
I'm just saying, it's just.
You got that written down somewhere?
Yes, it's actually in my book. Random Thoughts, Face of a Poet in Time.
Okay.
So yes.
We
can go to the next one. The next one is how men are staying sane with a spouse they may not like but love. Well, you gotta ask a man who don't like their spouse.
For real.
Because my spouse is pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yin yang in his thigh.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know about that one, because I don't have a spouse, and I would not be in a living space with someone that I didn't like, so I can't answer that either.
But that's just horrible.
I just wouldn't.
That's just like horrible. It's like, what did I do? It's like being in purgatory.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. So, and like the brother said, you'd have to ask someone who is, and yeah, I don't know. So to the person who asked that question,
get in there.
We don't know. That's just.
But I will say this, all jokes aside, if you find yourself in a place that you're with people that you don't like, it may not be that you don't like them. It may be a detachment. Because sometimes we become detached from individuals because we get so caught up in the routines of life.
Yeah.
And so now recalibration is probably what's taking place. And so if you don't like them now, there was a time that you did like them.
Right.
So now it's time to revisit that likeness and figure out, okay, what's happening?
Yeah.
Why did we disconnect? This is a great opportunity for real conversations. And it might be tough. But guess what? You quarantine, you can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
So sit there and really have those conversations and get back to that place, because like and dislike is a choice.
Yeah, sure is.
Love is a choice too. We'll talk about that on a whole nother day. But everything about that situation is a choice. And if you're in a house with someone and you're struggling to stay sane, but you're not having communication about that struggle, then that means your desire to be insane is greater than your desire to be sane.
You made that choice.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Do we have any comment?
Yes. Joy said, I'm continuing to unfriend folks who type memes and statuses. Yes, people who steal memes and just don't hit the share button or take a photo of the author and the meme.
What about the people who take love is a parable stuff and try to make it their own because they change one word?
All basura.
They can just hashtag us at least. If you gonna plagiarize our idea or our thought,
if you're gonna knife and fork all the stuff, just throw something in there.
Yeah, at least leave us the plate and hashtag us.
Because everybody we know and the people in our network who we tapped in with, they know too.
Even the people in your network know, because if you start saying words like deficiency and you ain't never said deficiency, they know that's coming from somewhere.
Ain't talked about love ever, but now it's your mission. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah. So that.
Yeah. So that word, or Tara said words. Spouses are dope.
I agree. I second that emotion.
Tara said great time to address the situation or that situation. Communicate. Agree to explore the issues. Openness.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Remember, Escape came out with understanding. What I need from you is
He does this often, Organus, so just don't mind him.
Music to Red.
And Thea said, my man better like me, better love me, but we are good. Lord knows I love that man. My spouse is
Who's somebody that Thea? Because Boss don't play. Boss been done told you.
Tara said, a love is a parable inspired theft. LOL. All the peoples with photos in the studio that don't, never mind.
The truth is petty.
Ooh.
So, how are you deciding which bills to pay if your finances are impacted by COVID-19?
I think that Marcella actually brought this up, I think it was 2 weeks ago, or I think it was Marcella and actually one or two other people,
Yeah.
And it's by order of importance about as far as what is going to be the most, I don't want to say damaging, but what's going to be the most taxing if you don't pay the bill. I think that's what the idea that they had. And I really think it's definitely priority based. What is the most important to you? And also what can you handle during this time as well? And there also are a lot of utility companies that are working with people during this time as well, because they know what's going on. So.
And a lot of times, a lot of people don't realize most of your bills are owned by somebody, not really you.
Yeah.
So just pick up the phone and call somebody.
Yeah.
Write an email.
Yeah.
Most of them have some type of program, especially if you're concerned about mortgage or rental or lease type situations. Everyone has a program in place because they have to have some type of contingency program to triage these type of situations. A lot of times it's about you not deciding, but you picking up the phone and actually communicating and talking to those lenders that you have and coming up with a better outcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you got, Organus?
Oh, no, it's right. You pretty much like put it on the head. You kind of reach out, you know what I'm saying? If you don't feel it, reach out.
Yeah. You know, overshadow
First of all, when I did my introduction, he dropped his mic so he could be seen.
Well,
his whole camera.
We let him slide the first time because he's a first-time guest.
I don't do it. I treat everybody equal.
Do it again, because we're just gonna cut your video off. As soon as it happens, we'll cut you off. Like, oh, that's how you feel? Hey, that's how we feel. Just unplug everything. Act like we didn't even have a guest. Well.
But yeah, it's definitely about, all jokes aside, it is about just calling people and communicating and saying what your problem is. I found it out a lot of times, even when I was in higher ed, a lot of people went into default because they just didn't call their student loan provider.
Yeah.
And it takes you about 6 good old months, some of the lenders up to 9 months before you go into default. So that was just straight up avoiding. And so just call people. Yeah. The same thing with the IRS. Why get to a place where you're garnishing wages? Just call them and say, hey, I ain't got this money. I remember when I lost my job, I called the IRS and like, I owed you money for last year, but this year I'm not working. And they was like, well, what you can do? I said, $50 a month? They was like, good.
Yeah.
I've been paying that same $50 a month for years. It's been about 8 years, y'all. Because I be owing every year now.
So, and then with some utility companies too, like the brother Jay said, or like actually everybody said, just call, because there's quite a few of these companies that just want you to pay something.
Yep.
Like it's going to be ongoing and they'll figure that part out later. But if you can do something, they're okay with that.
Yeah, like, huh?
A lot of the companies as well, they have stuff like built in situations like this to help out too.
Correct.
Like the data, or I don't know, something to kind of help you hold you off and stuff. You just definitely got to reach out, because sometimes they probably send emails, but I'm not a big fan of reading emails.
Yeah.
You're not a big fan of reading emails?
I mean, I do, but
see, this conversation is getting real short, real quick. I can understand it. I can understand if you was talking about the mail in the mailbox, but you talking about the mail in your inbox. You don't want to read that. So you one of them paper people?
Huh?
Are you one of them paper people? So you'll read the mail that come in the mailbox?
I mean, yeah.
Tara, you found a friend, because Tara still have a calendar. Everybody else pull out their phone. Tara pull out a real calendar and be like, let me check my planner.
Let me check my Palm Pilots. No, man, that's we got a couple comments. Richard Williams said, Duke don't care if you pay me. Dang, I didn't know Duke was like that.
I disagree.
Michelle said,
because I done had to tell Duke. Duke give you a whole 60 days.
Yeah, I think I heard that too. Michelle said, I'm okay right now, but I'm terrified I won't be. This stuff is scary. It's driving me crazy. Yeah, I can understand that too. Just
if you started singing, we can be selling that album. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, you have a village, Michelle, so you ain't got to be worried about nothing. But
you have gifts too.
Yeah, what Jay said. So
gifts then the village.
Thea said, I make paying my bills a priority. Folks understand the companies are saying they're going to disconnect, but still pay your bills because, or they're not going to disconnect, but still pay your bills because they will add up. I'm being smart. I can't live with stuff off. I refuse to do that. Think smart. Richard Williams also said again, Duke doesn't care. Tara said, word. Tara said she has 40,000 emails. That would just make that would make me faint. Stefan said he has a Palm Pilot. And so Thea said, but now we as healthcare workers are getting free everything. But what about before? She said she's in her feelings about that.
I'm not. See, that's y'all problem. Y'all be worried about before. Enjoy it now.
Yeah.
Because worried about what happened before, like why they didn't do this all along, it don't matter. Enjoy what you're getting now, because what'll happen is you'll be wanting these moments when they take it away. So spend time enjoying the now. Yeah, and that's the only thing that's going to help a lot of us get through is really just enjoying the now. Michelle do that album.
Next topic.
Okay, this one I can relate to. Having to now be a homeschool teacher when this is not your life. Amen.
Oh, shoot.
That was Michelle. I agree. The struggle is real. I call my teacher friends.
Yeah, I got nothing because I'm neither nor teacher nor parent. So
you neither nor teacher. Yeah. And Michelle, if there are a lot of tutors actually offering free like programs, boot camps, and stuff like this during this time to help. So let me know, because I can kind of connect. That will help you get a break, because some of them you can sit and talk to saying, hey, I'm struggling with this particular area, and they might be going over it in one of their boot camps too. And that way the kid is getting tutored, but it's helping them do their work too. So a lot of that is going.
Yeah.
One more. What have you learned from the
Number 6. You skip that.
Oh, how do men feel as provider and protector during this time? What are some of their challenges?
Definitely, I would say, I think something that everybody can relate to. Well, I don't say everybody. I think that's something that there's quite a few folks that can relate to, is just your personal resources, making sure that you maintain that. You know, whether, you know, you're talking about bills, talking about food, you're talking about, do you have the things you need in case we really have to stay at home for days at a time. You can't go anywhere, or really you just can go to work and then come home. And, you know, I advise heavily suggest that you not go anywhere. I mean, as for myself right now, the only person I'm providing and protecting for immediately is myself. And of course, I have family, I have a sister, I have a nephew, and I make sure I communicate with them to make sure that everybody's good and stuff. The challenge is basically, in my opinion, just making sure that you have what you need in case this extends on further and further. That's one of the things that I am always considering on my day-to-day. Okay, if I have to, you know, just make sure I have everything. If I have to stock up, do I have this? If I can't go anywhere, do I have this? If for some reason my job, you know, doesn't do anything or lays me off or whatever, do I have enough to get over until this is over? So those are the challenges. And how do I feel? It's a little scary. I come up with some plans just to make myself feel better and let myself know that, hey, you got this. But it's scary. Even if you have to just protect and provide for yourself, it's still scary. So that's the answer for me.
Well, providing, I would say as a provider, is communicating with your family. And that's even down to the children, to let them know, like, one of the things that we talk with our kids about is like, hey, we're in a time that we don't even know what's going on, so things may change a bit. One of the things, well, it's really more so because the kids weren't acting right before anyway, but we suspended like direct TV because we don't watch it anyway, and it was a privilege for the kids, and they was acting up, so we was going to do it. But we let them know that even though we suspended it for 6 months, we may suspend something else just to make sure that we have enough security just in case whatever happens. Keep the gas tanks on full just in case you may have to leave. But being a provider is making choices or strategic choices that positively impact the entire unit. So communication is definitely part of that. So I would definitely encourage you guys to really get to a place where you are communicating what concerns there may be. Don't wait till the concern is hit. Don't be like, we got no more money.
Yeah.
You mean no more money? No more money. No, let them know when things are depleting so you can come up with a better way to deal with that.
What you got, Organus, man?
You got anything, Organus?
Oh, no, that's pretty much the same as you were saying, like, you know, just being prepared, man. Just for any situations, always know you have that little backup, because you don't know. Unfortunately, we all been hit with this sudden change and have to adjust now, you know. Just, I would probably say teachers are at home, gotta use Zoom now, and there are certain things that they're not used to, instead of having that connection with the students and stuff. So yeah, we just gotta adjust. And again, these are just stepping stones, man. Towards the greater things. Whatever it is right now, we're gonna get through it. But we're gonna do worse. We're gonna do worse.
Lynette say on Instagram, if everything is shut down, where are you going and with that full tank of gas? Meaning that you might have to go with other family members. Yeah. You might have to go with other units. Like if you don't have food in your house and they're doing a shutdown, like Georgia just did their shutdown. I made it out in time. I had an uncle die and I made it out. But they just did a shutdown down in Georgia, and some people have to have letters to leave. So each state is totally different. So depending on what those restrictions are, some people may have to leave and go with family members and just come together as a unit. And so you want to just make sure in the case of an emergency, you're not on E and everything is gone. Yeah. But we don't, you about to say something?
Yeah, well, especially with the price of gas, man. I mean, if you get it cheap now, get it. You know, tomorrow might be $2 more.
Yeah, premium gas was $2 at these days, man.
Yep, especially people who ain't got sheets. If you ain't got sheets and I can't use my little bonus, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I ain't been to a 76 in years, and I was like, what am I gonna do with y'all?
I filled up my car today for $25. I almost got out and did the Dougie, man.
I did mine for $15. And I said, Father, thank you. No other help I know. But you touched this very moment. But now it's Positive Brother Shout Out. Gorgonus, this is an opportunity that you shout out brothers who need encouragement, who may not normally get it, but brothers who are making some type of positivity in their lives. Half empty is empty. Mama, I know I just fill your tank up. But go ahead. Gorgonus, go ahead. Positive Brother Shout Out.
Go.
Yeah, anybody, it's not even brother, positive anybody can shout it out, man. No matter what you're going through, man.
Look how you just rechanged our program. You can have it, but go ahead.
Only you have the answers to whatever your challenges or your stuff is, man. So if you're around negative things, that's gonna be encoded in your mind. Get out that negative vibe, uplift yourself, push others around you, because we can do it together. We can do it together. That's all that matters, man. And don't give up. Do not give up.
You just preached the whole word. I don't want to go out there and you go.
Wow. Jay always do that anyway. Even though it's just us two, he still wants me to go first. So first and foremost, I definitely shout out you two brothers for being on here, just because this was a whole lot of positivity today. So, and Gorgonus, man, you are a positive brother. Your music is positivity itself. I've listened to it, so I definitely can say that. So, definitely, man, I shout out Jay as well. We're here every week doing this thing, and, that's one of the things that we're on every week is positivity and love. So, also shout out to all the brothers on the live. And also, I want to do a special shout out to all the brothers who are in their community, and as one of my favorite phrases, who are in their community tapping in with people. It's easy to say that you have a presence in your community and that you man, as I call him. It's easy to say that, but how many people can actually verify that and say that, such and such does, tap in with me, or he, communicates, or he does. And so it's not about saying it, but about doing it. I'm not gonna go out and say that I'm active in the community or that I'm a community person. I just talk to people, and I just communicate with people, and I just go see people. I'll jump in the car and go see somebody in a minute. I don't care. So shout out to all those brothers who really just stay active in their community and actively communicate and tap in with people, because that's big and that's extremely positive.
Exactly.
Yep. Positive shout out to these brothers right now, because you're going to hear more from Gorgonus. I'm just telling you. I'm not even letting him go because I think that it's a lot to his message. Yep, not letting you go. They'll tell you, if once it's revealed to me that I'm supposed to connect with you, I'm going to connect with you. So you're going to hear even more from this brother, because I do think that, what we got going on. I do think it's a book in him, at least a book of poetry, guys.
Oh, yeah. Book of rhymes.
Yeah, it definitely is, because he has a lot of built up creativity, and so I can't wait for us to tap into it. So yes, my brother right here, I couldn't have done this, I tell you this over and over, without you, and the new things and the things that we're uncovering, your profoundness. I just can't wait till the rest of the world experience what the things you have locked and loaded. So you brothers are going to release some dopeness, and I can't wait, because I'm going to sit back and watch with popcorn. To Uncle Marcus, thank you for not only being a great uncle to Cordell, but thank you for being surrogate uncles for so many of us in the community.
Yes.
And being there when we didn't have anybody to depend on. LaMarco, thank you for being on. I thank all of you brothers that have been supporting. We definitely want to send positive vibes to Corey, who had surgery today. Yeah. So let him know that we're thinking about him. So anybody that's connected, please send positive vibes. He did give an update, but still we want to make sure that he knows. Kerwin, we thank you. Ian Parks, we thank you. All of my brothers, I love you guys, my cousins, even the young King Dose, who decided to speak out about things. We appreciate everything. And you get shout outs, Uncle Marcus, on Instagram.
Yeah. Uncle Marcus is dope. He's one of the people I was speaking about who doesn't say he's a part of the community or anything like that. He just does it.
Right.
He just does it.
His only downfall is he an alpha. But other than that, he's like 93% perfect.
I sidestepped that old Greek warfare. over here with that.
But like we say every other time, all jokes aside, if you feel like that there's nobody else in this world that love you, you have now met 3 people that do reach out and connect. We'll make sure that we put Organus stuff in the comment section so that you will be able to connect with him soon. We love you guys and have a wonderful night. And we are out in there.
That was excellent.